If you know a teenager who's sweeping floors for a living, don't write him off. He could be dreaming bigger things, like being a rock star. Juju Chang with the journey of a music icon up from nothing.
20,000 fans are waiting for this man. John Bon Jovi psychs himself up like a prize fighter. At 44, he still has plenty of fight in him. The band that bears his name has sold 100 million albums. He's still filling stadiums with his latest, Have a Nice Day. So how did a kid of meager beginnings become one of the most successful musical acts of all time? Well, he never took no for an answer.
I was told from the time I was a young kid, you don't have the ability, you don't have the talent, you don't have what it takes.
The rock star life is far removed from where John grew up, in working-class New Jersey.
What was expected of you if you were growing up in Sayreville?
I think what was expected of you was not a lot.
We strolled down memory lane with John, back to his childhood home.
You were still living here when you got your first record deal.
Yeah. This is where I picked up the guitar and did everything. It was wallpapered pictures of music, just like this. But it was rock music.
John's parents, both Marines, drilled him to be the best that he could be. His brother still spells his last name the old Italian way.
The pot of sauce was cooked every Sunday. But in the same sense, that pot of sauce was cooked on Sunday because that's what got you through the rest of the week.
By high school, John knew he wanted to be a rock star. He had the talent, but more importantly, he had the burning desire to succeed.
The harder I worked, the luckier I got. And if you're that focused, you're just going to always ultimately achieve what it is that you wanted to do.
At 16, he began fronting local bands. He also began courting his high school sweetheart, Dorothea Hurley, whom he would later marry.
How did you meet your wife?
She sat next to me in history class in high school.
Is it true that you copied her notes?
Oh, shoot. Neither of us, really fit in. But she was better than I was, and I met her in high school, and fortunately, held on with both hands.
Also during high school, John swept floors and fetched coffee at a music studio by day, recording his own music at night. He convinced a DJ to play one of his songs on the radio. It became a runaway hit. John needed a band. David Bryan, a local kid, showed up for an audition.
And I just saw him as he was the leader. And he was the good-looking kid who could sing. And in the basement, and then...
What made him a leader?
He had the mic. If you got the mic, you're the leader.
Bryan, along with guitarist Richie Zambora and drummer Tico Torres, joined the band in their teens. The next thing they knew, they were crisscrossing the globe. 200 concerts in 26 countries. They became the poster boys for big hair and tight spandex. With the first blush of success, John and his high school sweetheart broke up. But within a year, he was plotting to win back her heart.
I remember saying something to her mother, trying to convince her to,
Take me back.
Just to kind of make puppy dog eyes and work it a little bit until I eventually won her back.
But while the band was busy seeing the world, they were blind to the fact that their finances were a bit of a disaster.
Did he lose a lot of money?
He lost enough to fire everybody.
John made a bold move. He cut his hair, dumped his veteran manager, and decided to manage the band himself.
Every manager and every record company says that kid just shot himself in the foot. It's the end of his career.
Once again, John set out to prove them wrong. He reshaped the band and asked for their loyalty.
Once they jumped off the cliff a second time with me, but now as the manager as well, we hoed our own road and didn't play by anyone else's game or rules.
John's rules paid off. In 2000, It's My Life became their biggest hit ever.
It's my life, it's now or never. I ain't gonna live forever.
It's his life, and what a life it's been. From this working-class neighborhood to this 16-acre waterfront estate, it's still New Jersey, but it's a different universe. His 19,000-square-foot mansion is filled with 17th century French antiques.
It's lovely. What was your inspiration?
Versailles.
Yeah, that works. That's the impression you get. It's Versailles.
He enjoys all the trappings of success, but John says his biggest triumph is his family. He credits wife Dorothea, who has a 4th-degree black belt, for keeping him grounded.
She could probably kick your butt.
Probably.
Do we know that for a fact, or?
There's nothing wrong with a good spanking once in a while, Gigi.
Who's spanking whom, John?
It's another one of those secrets you'll never find out.
Together, John and Dorothea are raising 4 children and take great precautions to keep them out of the public eye.
What changed for you when you became a dad?
It wasn't about the singer anymore. It wasn't about me. Now I'm lower than the dog now.
I was the 7th grade Twister champion.
That dog is learning a few new tricks. As an actor, he's had a respectable career, but John's not easily satisfied.
You know, somebody succinctly put it to me, and it was like a hatchet between the eyes. He said, well, if you really ever want your acting to catch up to your singing, quit singing. Otherwise, you're a man with a hobby.
But this is a man who takes his hobby seriously. Take football. Not content to sit and watch, John went out and bought an arena football team.
The team doesn't make money, and whatever money we do, we give away. You know, given the opportunity to do good with celebrity, it's a good thing.
It's been 26 years since John walked the halls of Sayreville High School.
I guess he doesn't need an introduction, Mr. Bon Jovi.
Today, he came to share some of his life's lessons for this generation of dreamers.
One of my great dreams was to play this theater. I played here in a talent show one summer. My band came in last place.
Do you believe that once you reach the top, that there's nowhere else to go but down?
I think you had to be fulfilled artistically, and that is ultimately what gauges any real success.
John Bon Jovi's circled the globe countless times, but he's still surrounded by the same bandmates, the same wife, the same values. Ironically, he didn't have to stray far to find the true meaning of success.
I'm not chasing anyone's shadow. I'm not chasing anyone else's dream. I'm just truly content with who and what I am.
Look out! I'm just getting warmed up now!
When 2020 returns, looks can be deceiving. Watch how this young man stands out in a crowd.
I think excuses are a way for